The humans gave me many names over the years. I was the creator of what they called Earth. Their moon, their sun, the stars and the planets around them, and the moons that orbited those planets, all came from my divine hand. I never made the full proper universe, of course. I had a little trick to make light move so much slower than it did in my reality that they could never quite see past the edges of their little world. And if they did, well, how would they ever get there? Creation was never easy. When I did it for the first time, by the final day, I fell asleep as if by poison. It was perfect. In fact, I was terribly afraid of ever letting it go. It was only when I let the muscles in my hands fall limp that the creation, my universe, slipped through my fingers and was lost to the void forever. I tried doing it a second time, but everything just came out all wobbly. The stars didn't quite shine the neon colors I wanted them to. All the living organisms had to share a single planet, and for some reason the penguins didn't have visible knees in this universe. Poor things. But perhaps weirdest of all, everything was spinning. Electrons spun around nuclei, which made atoms, which made molecules, and which in turn made planets and big grey rocks that twisted around themselves and around each other, and around the very stars that gave them light. This went on and on and on until I stepped away from this anomaly and saw to my great fascination that the universe itself was dormant. It didn't twist or turn, yet everything inside of it did. I was terribly ashamed of this universe. I knew that if my colleagues were to find out what I'd done, I'd be regarded as no better than the village idiot or the king's fool. No, I had to hide this, somewhere in the deepest, darkest corners of the void. Hello? Hi? Who is this? I'm in your attic. Oh, of course. Look, if this is about me abandoning your entire universe, I'm very sorry. It's just, you're all a bit weird, you know? And this whole thing is just a bit of a hobby, really. I mean, you shouldn't take it too seriously. I've heard your complaints. We all have, actually. It's a bunch of excuses, if you ask me. I have a question, though. Or, well, we do, anyway. Okay. So, you know how everything spins around here, right? Why is that? Why is everything spinning, you mean? Uh-huh. Oh, well, I guess I screwed up a bit. My universes are usually quite stagnant. Well, it sucks, and you suck. And I hope no one ever finds out about your work. I didn't blame her for what she did, or what she had said for that matter. After all, it must have been quite maddening, knowing your creator had given up on your entire world. It was time to get back to work, though. But something felt off. The penguins, which I always made first, hatched without beaks, and their friends, the polar bears, seemed to have a hard time grasping the concept of swimming, proving to be a problem once global warming inevitably started happening. The deserts filtered dry and at some point turned entirely into jungle. Hours later, sweat started pouring down my cheeks. Why is it all spinning again? Right, scratch that, start over. Penguins, bears, platypuses, Emma Stone, Earth. Why is it spinning? This was just embarrassing. It was clear then that I had no inspiration left, and my skills were suffering for it. I had writer's block on a cosmic scale. It was the worst disease possible for a creator to catch. Those hurtful words and unasked for criticisms had done this to me. But I thought I knew how to fix this. One swing of the hammer, aimed at any point in her tiny world, would have been enough to shatter what to her was all of existence. Her tiny, tiny existence. Any words she spoke were like a whisper in the wind. She couldn't harm a fly, though she definitely would if she could, I decided. But I couldn't. The block disappeared after a while, as it always did, and my universe was all spanned from then on, as much as the other creators laughed at me about that. I couldn't even quite remember what that little woman had said when she had called me all those days ago. Or was it weeks by now? Years? It never really mattered, did it?